It's Friday, April the 7th, and on the phone with me right now is Greg Harrison, but starting tomorrow night, you're going to know him as Greg Who. Good morning, Greg. How you doing?
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm excellent. Looking forward to your debut on CTS starting tomorrow night at 11:30, the Greg Who Show. A talk show like none other?
I would like to believe so. I think especially for the Christian community, it's something I'd like to believe has never been done before. But we've heard of people like Johnny Carson and the likes of David Letterman and stuff. So
right.
It should be similar to that, but I don't think the Christians have ever attempted yet before.
So the air won't be blue is what you're saying?
The air won't be blue?
None of the profanities, none of the off-colored jokes?
Oh, I see what you're No, we're going to stay away from that. And we would definitely like to build people up rather than tear them down. It's a show that you're supposed to be able to watch with your kids and gather around the couch with some popcorn and come away with us and just have good, clean, wholesome family fun.
Sounds great. Actually, in your press release here, it talks about honoring Canadian icons and heroes. Not something we do a whole lot of here in Canada, is it?
No, and at first when we were doing the show, we were told that there had to be a lot of Canadian content, and at first it seemed to be business as usual, but the more I got into it, the more I realized that it's really quite an honor to be able to do that, because, as you said, there's not a lot of that being done. And I hope I'm doing something that we all can be proud of, and it's a great honor to be able to do something like that.
So it's going to have a Canadian slant to it. It's going to be positive and uplifting, so family-friendly. But it is really going to look otherwise very much like the other talk shows. You're going to have a live band, live audience. You're going to come on and do an opening monologue, I take it?
Yes, there is a Christian slant to it, but we're hoping as it evolves that it'll be more accessible to the masses and people of multi-faith, because really the vision is to minister to people through song, and it'll hopefully attract people with the things that you just said, the live jazz band and comedians, and fun for the kids, maybe jugglers, and it's supposed to be like the difference between my late night show and the ones that you've seen in the past is this one's supposed to have a wacky, crazy circus theme, but it has to grow over time, especially as the budget grows.
Amen. We understand that very much so. So it will kick off tomorrow night, 11:30 on CTS, right after the most requested, which is the Christian music video show, and just before 100 Huntley Street. Can you tell us who is going to be on the show tomorrow night, or is that a guarded secret?
No, it's not a guarded secret. I'm very excited about the first show. It's a little bit more, one of my last guests is a political guest, but the first show, Mr. Tom Kalin is on, and you're wondering who he is. He is the manager for Red Skelton, and I couldn't think of a more appropriate guest to be my first guest. I think it's really setting a foundation and starting the show off in the right direction with the right message and the right guest.
You know what? There are going to be a lot of kids out there who are saying, all right, who's Red Skelton?
I didn't know myself. I think I had watched him maybe on Johnny Carson when I was a kid, but right. I didn't know who he was. So it was quite an honor to sort of go down memory lane and learn about who he was. And he was America's clown. And
truly was.
He was a stand-up comedian, and he had his own TV shows, and I mean, really, he was one of the pioneers of prime time. They had a thing before television, before radio. He would get up there on the stage and do some wonderful acts. And I have a theatrical background as well, so right. I can appreciate where he's come from and the different mediums that he went through. And he really, truly was a master of like pantomime and stand-up comedian, and he did a Royal Command performance, and he just had some good, clean messages, and the humor didn't need to use the four-letter words, and he really had a heart of gold, and people loved him, and it really is obvious with the way people talk about him. When I mentioned that his manager is going to be on my show, the response has been fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I've got some of Red Skelton's old variety shows from television on DVD at home.
Right. Actually, one of the other great honors I have is his manager is giving us. Red only did a one-on-one interview, and later in life, and it was the Dean E. Petty show. And it became one of I forget the award that it won, but it became one of the world-renowned interviews. And we have the honor to help sell that. And as well, he was one of the ones that paid tribute to Canada as well. He wasn't a Canadian himself, but he really knew what this country was. And he did a little blurb on a tribute to Canada where he said the national anthem and then sort of broke into song and poetry and expressed how he felt about this country, and the response to that has also been in the past. It's been phenomenal, and he really was a true patriot himself, and believed that freedom lay in the hands of everyone. It was everyone's job for the freedom of this country, and to spread that around the world.
Fantastic. What else can we hear see on the Greg Who Show tomorrow night, 11:30 on CTS?
We also have Fritz McIntyre. You remember a band called Simply Red in the 80s?
Absolutely.
He was the keyboard artist. I don't think he's no longer with them, but he is still performing music, and we have him performing on the show as well. And then I have Andrew Van Dude from the Christian Coalition to talk about the Judeo-Christian perspective and what he's doing out there to make a difference and to fight the cause of family values as well.
Very good. Well, all the best to you. I trust that this really does take off. It's something, as you say, has not really been done in the Christian community before, and I think it's long overdue. A Christian variety show featuring Greg Harrison. As I said, you will know him from now on as Greg Who. The Greg Who Show, launching on CTS tomorrow night, 11:30, following the most requested video show. God bless you, Greg. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
My pleasure. Bye-bye now.